to my YouTube channel. My name is Dichi Scholar, and today is the 11th episode of my relationship experience. Please, if you haven't watched my previous videos, the links are down in the description box. Go ahead and subscribe as you follow me up to navigate my relationship experience. Let's get started. After I have finished doing my clearance, I came back and I called this personality, and he was like, and we're gonna get married soon. I was somehow confused, but I reluctantly said amen. So, not knowing it was his normal way of being sarcastic. And I do not know the reason why he does this because I have never even shown him any sign of being desperate for marriage, and he keeps doing this. And then he said, which amen, that we are no longer in a relationship, um, we are just friends, that I hung call on him severally. I should go ahead and get married to that person that said he wanted to get married to me. I was like, how? Hung call on you? How? So he was like, even that day, I hung call on him. So that was where I now remembered what happened in episode 10. That was my last episode that I called him. I thought he had me because I was in a noisy place, not knowing he didn't hear me. Then I hung the call. So he said severally. So I got thinking about it, like how, where. So I now remembered again what happened in, I think that was in episode 8, 9, thereabouts. That the day was supposed to send me with money, and I was staying where my friend was, and the network was kind of fluctuating, that the call was bouncing back. Please just go ahead and watch the episode. So I was like, so is this how a relationship breaks? Just because I hung call on you incidentally, then it leads to breakage of a relationship. So you see, most of the times people actually give you, but if you give them back, they won't take it, they won't allow it, they won't take it for granted. Remember, I was just coming from where this personality were, and right in my presence, he called a lady. I'm not saying he should not call a lady, but at least respect my boundary. He can do that outside. I can't even imagine the number of times he responded to me arrogantly, talk less of shouting. But you see, just because I hung call on him, accidentally, it led to breakage of the relationship. He didn't take that for granted. But what he did to me, I calmed down all the while. So I still want to emphasize, though I have said it in my previous video, let's learn how to do unto others what we do not like others to do unto us. Exactly. Even the Bible acknowledges it in everything. Do unto others what you don't like others to do unto you. Yes, even when God said they should honor all men, the men there was referring to both species, the male species and the female species. So let's honor all men, all, both the male and the female species. Respect is reciprocal. Yes, it is. Let's learn how to do it. Let's learn how to reciprocate respect. And then he said, I should go ahead and get married to the man that said he wanted to get married to me. Got me thinking again. So I now remembered the man that finished his PhD from the US that came home, that wanted to get married, and they referred him to me, that he was dying to get married to me because I told him, it never came across my mind that this personality will have that in his mind. And that was the reason why I tell him then. I was like, please, I've not even gotten to meet this man. I don't even have this man's number. In fact, my refuser of getting married to this man was in such a way that I almost had issue with the woman that referred this man to me, because she was like, do I think you will bring someone that is not good for me to get married to? But I said no, that was not the issue. And when I said this personality was very happy, he was excited. So you can imagine all this while this personality has kept this in his mind, and that contributed to the way he treated me earlier for over 1 year. He kept this in his mind and couldn't call me. So I want to speak to that lady watching me right now in a relationship. Please, if you're in a relationship and other men are disturbing you, please don't come back to tell your man. Please, because if you tell them, they will pretend as if it's okay, and they will have it at the back of their mind, most especially these insecure men. Yes, there is just no need to tell them, because even if you accept the man, you won't come back to your real man and tell him you've accepted it. So there's just no need to tell them. Just keep quiet. Don't tell them. So I now told him that I'm not surprised any longer, because the heart of a man is desperately wicked above all things. After everything he did, this is what he has to come and tell me, but he won't go free for that. So he responded to me so arrogantly. So I couldn't reply him back. So after a while, he started calling. I wasn't picking the call. Then he texting. I wasn't responding. That he wanted us to talk. I didn't respond to the text messages, and then the next day I decided to call him back, and then I told him I was sorry for not picking the call and the words, and then he wanted us to talk. So what was it? So he now said it wasn't something much. We are no longer in a relationship. We are just friends. If I'm pretending not to know. And this was someone that was calling me. I know very well that was calling me to apologize to me. And then he's pretending as if. So I said, okay, there's no problem. But one thing I would tell him, he should ensure he got a good wife for him to support him and take care of him and the family, most especially the mom, because he has told me so much about the mom, and the mom was such a powerful woman. So I now ended up by saying I wish him all the best in life endeavors. This personality was restless. You just broke a relationship and you are being restless. How do I know he was restless? He could WhatsApp me, chat me on Facebook, ask me to send this particular person's number. And if I did, we'd be like, really? Wow. So there was this particular day, I was in my PPA. I had clothes from school. I was waiting for a bike to come and pick me up. And then his call came in that we didn't end well that day, that he wanted us to be together. We didn't end well. I was like, sure of what you are saying. So he was like, yes, he's very sure. We didn't end well. So and I said, okay. He now said, I should pray for him that he was having exam to write. So I prayed. But remember, this was someone that said he no longer prayed, though, like before. It's more of sciences now, no requesting for me to pray. I did it. And a while, he started misbehaving again. So by then, he had told me that he was traveling out to further his academics. So that was where I now remembered everything this personality was telling me in that hotel. That to give me 3 more years. And I had 3 more years for his PhD, and that he wouldn't want to miss the opportunity of having sex with me. He wanted us to create a bond that I deserve a better person than him. I should pray to God to give me my own husband. So that was where I now realized all these things. So that was the plan, that was the agenda this personality has. So I was like, wow. So you imagine all this evil against me. So by then, I had a phone that was disturbing. So I went and flashed the phone, and then that was where we now lose contact. But it was the grace of God keeping me there. I didn't know how I was able to survive that trauma. Please, let me know what you have to say concerning this video. I really want to know what you have to say concerning this particular video. And please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first person to get notified for the next episode. Thank you guys for watching this video. See you in my next episode. Mwah!